This is the new 2023 Chevrolet Suburban Premier. So ever since GM redesigned their SUVs back in 2021, the sales for them have increased by quite a bit, even more than what was already class-leading. But with that came the tough competition like the recently refreshed Ford Expedition and the all-new Toyota Sequoia. So with that out there and their new refresh model, is this still an amazing choice in late 2023? Let's go ahead and find out. Now with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started with the styling. We have a chrome horizontal grille with a nice Chevrolet bow tie in the center, which will be exclusive to this Premier model. Down below that, we do have fully functional air vents, which will cool off the diesel engine that we have, and all of this looks super clean together. For the headlights, these will be fully LED and will be similar to what we get on the Silverado with the reflective style LED headlamps and no fog lights down below. That will be unfortunate for a car that's over $80,000. Moving on to the wheels, these will be the 22-inch multi-spoke design, which do cost extra, but it is a nice upgrade over the 20s. Moving on to the side profile, as you can see, not a lot going on here. We do have a chrome strip that will run and curve up like a hockey stick, and the mirrors will be fully loaded with heating, blind spot monitoring, auto dimming, and power folding. And just like the side, not a lot going on here in the back. We do have a split chrome strip that runs all the way across, and we also have an exposed liftgate release and a tow hitch receiver, which will be upgraded for this diesel powertrain which we have today. Moving on to the taillights, these will be fully incandescent, which I am very disappointed in because this costs over $80,000 and I would have liked to see at least LEDs on this top trim level at this price point. When coming to the interior, the Premier definitely does not disappoint because you have an equally luxurious interior as the High Country without wasting any extra money. Now when it comes to the actual interior itself, the door panel is composed of the soft touch leatherette at the top, some very nice wood grain, and a nice leather armrest with leather padding for your knee. You have all your switchgear and your memory seats, and a ton of storage down below. You have standard running boards equipped with this Suburban Premier, however, power running boards are optional. The seats will be real leather with perforation and really cool piping and contrast stitching, and the Suburban will be equipped with 12 ways of power adjusting. Getting into the interior itself, it is not the easiest task to do. However, the running boards do help quite a bit. Now, inside the interior itself, it is quite a bit quieter than it is outside. And speaking of which, we have a steering wheel that is both leather wrapped and heated, which is a nice thing to have. The button will be toward the left. I really love how we have a digital gauge cluster on this new Suburban. It is fully customizable, and you can even change the way it looks. Now coming to the materials, this is a higher trim level, so I do expect quite a bit with the materials. We have a nice soft touch material along the top, perforated leather with contrast stitching here, with aluminum as well. I also love the leather right down here and the contrast stitching. And we have a little bit of gloss black here and there. Now storage is a big priority in an SUV like the Suburban, and I am happy to say that you have a lot of it. Starting with the center console, we have a nice phone holder, an armrest, and you can open this up for storage. This is not a lot of storage right here, but that is because we have the power sliding center console. I will not be demonstrating that today, but when you do have that, you can have even more room underneath that, and the backseat passengers get to enjoy some storage space. We also have two cup holders and a little tray here that can be used as a wireless charger. Coming to the climate controls, I'm very happy to say that we have completely physical hard buttons and knobs for this. This is very easy to use, and I really enjoy using this, especially with the fan being a knob right here. You also have 3 stages of heated seats and ventilated seats, and you can choose if you want it to heat your back only as well. Now coming to the infotainment system, we have Chevrolet's latest system that was upgraded last year for 2022. This is a very easy and quick to respond system, however it does glitch sometimes. We have a Wi-Fi hotspot and wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and you have Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa built into this. Now, we also will have a nice backup camera, and let me explain the shifter for a quick second. This is a push-pull design, so you push for park, you pull for reverse, which will bring you a very high-resolution backup camera with a trailer view, and this is a very big priority for a car like this. You can option on a 360 view, but this does not have this, unfortunately. You will push for neutral, and you can pull this again for drive, which will not bring you a camera. You can see the cameras in this right here, but that is basically it. Now you also have a sunglasses holder over here since you don't have one up top, and you can fit quite a bit in there. And now coming up top, we will have controls to bring down our third row, which you do just like that. And you can also bring it up, which is a nice thing. Now up here, you also have your home link controls and controls for a large panoramic sunroof up top. The seat that is easily fought over the most in the whole entire car is easily the passenger seat. To whoever child that wins the fight, this is what they'll be getting. A pretty straightforward door panel with nice wood trim and leather with a ton of storage at the bottom, an illuminated door sill, and 12-way power adjustable seats that have leather and cool piping and contrast stitching. Getting in is still a chore, however you do get a handle up there like you do not have on the driver's side. Now, when you're in the car itself, you have some very nice perforated leather and some wood trim above that. The glove box will be finished in a hard material, but you can fit quite a bit into the glove box, which is a very nice thing to have in a large SUV just like this one. The second row is easily one of the biggest priorities for Chevrolet, and we sure have a lot of space in here. Let's get into it. We have a very nice door panel with wood trim and leather, and a ton of storage down below. Getting in might be a bigger chore for smaller kids, but you have a running board and an assist strap to help them. There's a Suburban door sill, and these seats will be perforated leather and will easily be able to manually slide and recline. Getting into the car itself, there are a lot of nice things to appreciate, and your passengers will certainly treat you well. You have a large seat back pocket on both seats, and you also have a household style outlet down below and 2 USB-C ports. You also can have heated seats in 3 stages and a third zone of climate control. Now, you don't have the rear seat media that you get. However, it is an option, and I appreciate the panoramic sunroof for letting in more light. Now let's get into the third row. The third row is not always going to be used, but with bigger families, this is very important. To get into the third row, you have to pull this lever, and then you pull it again to let the seats come up. Just make sure that they don't step on these tracks, but otherwise, it's really easy to get in. Now back here, just look at how much space I have. I have a ton of leg room and a lot of room to just stretch my feet out, and this is basically the same amount of room as you get in the Tahoe. The real difference is in the cargo area, but you do also have a little tray here, a cup holder, and a USB-C port on both sides. The Tahoe and Suburban have been basically identical up to this point, but things really start to change in the cargo area. Now we don't have the hands-free access today, which is disappointing, so we just pull this lever underneath there. Now just take a look at how much room we have in here, over 40 cubic feet with the seats up. Now this is a lot of space for an SUV like this, and over 15 cubic feet more than what the Tahoe has to offer. Now, we also will be getting a power supply, and these third row seats will be power folding. Now to do that, you just have to push the button and hold it down, and the seats will fold down pretty quickly. You can do the same for the second row, but you cannot bring the second row up by pushing the button. Moving on to the powertrain, Chevrolet does give you 3 different options to choose from. We have the 3-liter Duramax diesel engine, which does put out 277 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. While those numbers aren't the best for a huge SUV like this, we do get an upgraded towing capacity at 8,100 pounds. This is not a lot either, but it is an upgrade over what you get on the normal Suburbans. This will be paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission, and will get relatively good fuel economy at 20 in the city, 26 on the highway, and 22 combined. While this isn't the best either, compared to what you get on the normal Suburban, I'll take it. It's been 2 years since the Chevrolet Suburban has been redesigned, but the competition is already starting to catch up. We have the Ford Expedition Max, the GMC Yukon XL, and the Jeep Wagoneer L. I did leave out the Nissan Armada and Toyota Sequoia since they don't offer a long wheelbase version like we have on the Suburban. Now, Jeep has released a Wagoneer L, which is a long wheelbase version of the Wagoneer, and it is doing amazing with a lot of space behind that third row, and speaking of the third row, it is cavernous. Now, if you are looking for an SUV right now and can't wait for the 2025 Suburbans to go on sale, I would say just go ahead and get the Wagoneer L, since that is the best option you can get currently. I do have a video about that if you want to check it out. Now anyone would feel small standing next to the Suburban since we have a length of 225 inches and a width of 81 inches. Well, that is going to wrap up today's video on this 2023 Chevrolet Suburban Premier. This is an amazing choice in late 2023, and the 2025 Suburbans promise to be even better. Now, the Wagoneer L is also an amazing choice, so if you are interested, I do have a video about that, so you can check that out on my channel. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.